Hey listeners, this is Kyle from Dice Drop Evolution. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that there is a content warning and trigger warning for basically future episodes and previous episodes. We deal with things like body horror, child abuse, child harm, mature situations, and violent acts. So if any of that resonates with you, please take caution in moving forward. Beyond that, enjoy the show.
Hi, everybody. It's your favorite girl, Elena, here to play your favorite water witch, Remi.
Hi, guys. My name is Kyle. I play Oswald.
Hi, I'm Allie. I play River, and I will also be your game goddess. Let's get this show started. So the scene starts with the back end of Zach's car flying away from Astoria, quickly going into the Lancaster Manor. You guys just left Astoria Cybertechnology's main facility building. You have, I believe, 2 documents. You have 3 documents and like a few other files on you. If you would like to check on those whenever, you totally can. At this point, Zach lands into the garage, and he's just sort of looking back at everyone. He's just like, why does it always... Sorry, dude voice. Why does it always seem like we're just getting away by, like, the nick of time? Is anyone seeing a pattern to that?
Is the car parked?
Yeah, the car has been
All
parked.
right, Remi's out. She's bolting her ass. She is like a soccer mom in the mall, power walking.
Okay, bye. Welcome. Are we going full POV with Remi right now?
You can do whatever you wish. I can wait. I've waited 3 weeks.
Okay, so Zach just looks over at Oswald. He's just like, what was that about?
I'm pretty sure it had something to do with her dad showing up. Probably.
Her dad showed up in the facility because he was here the entire time. I don't know what you guys saw in there. I was in the car the entire time.
Ah, right. It was just a bunch of like video and security tapes and whatnot, and like past things that we saw. So turns out her dad probably involved with all of it somehow.
Oh, so I'm gonna guess not good.
Probably not. No.
All right, cool. Let's get out of the car and let's hide behind a corner of the lab and listen in. Does that sound good?
I mean, I'm going to go get a snack.
You have your pockets, dude.
Yeah, but sometimes I want something fresh.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna go sneak. And he just like slowly follows where Remi is, but he's doing like very sneaky steps. I'm gonna roll for Shade right now because she's just like in a little room watching movies, but it's like right off from the garage. All right, Shade looks over right when Zach is like tiptoeing by, right after Remi just like bolted, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "There's shit's about to go down." She's just like, "What kind of shit?" He's like, "The drama kind." And then you see Shade quickly get the blanket off of her, the root beer float she was drinking, throw it on the floor. She runs with Zach to listen in on what's going on because that's her personality in a nutshell. And then we slide into Remi, who is quickly making her way through the hall, bumping other mutants in her way, throwing them out of the way.
She's not bumping. She's full on, like, body slamming people out of the way.
This is what I'm picturing. This is what I'm picturing is literally you, like, Remi with her hands out, grabbing people's shoulders and pushing them away.
And then I also want to add that, like, she's also bringing with her as much liquid as she physically can. Like,
so while you're walking, there's like this water tube of liquid following you at a very rapid pace, and there's like people like ducking from it, and they're like, whoa.
And since she can control water, can she control the temperature of water? That is a question I've always wondered. Can she control the temperature? Because I know, like, you can freeze ice eventually.
Let me see your sheet. Where Remi? Where Remi? Where Remi? Why Remi?
Is here.
I found her. No, roll me a d20.
D20? Okay.
Yeah.
I fell off the table! Can I re-roll it?
Yeah, that's fair.
Now I'm using my foot to get it because I don't want Sophie Kins to eat the dice because she's going to think it's a gusher. I'm not shitting you, it fell into a crevasse.
Roll it one more time.
I'm using a different dice. I don't like that dice right now.
It rolled into a crevasse.
It did. Like, there's like a little itty space between like my mouse pad and the little thing that I put in front of my keyboard so that my wrist can rest on it. And it just sat there, and I was like, it's in the middle. What do I do? Do I go with the 17 or the 7? And I was like, I don't know which one to pick. So I got an 11.
11? All right. No, you can't control it yet. I'm saying yet.
Okay, that's why I like wanted to ask like just a yes or no.
Yeah, yet.
Because I was about to say like if like anyone could tell, like it would have been like boiling.
Yeah.
But yes, she's making her way down to where she assumes where he is, all while screaming at the top of her lungs, "Where is he?" Like, I'm not actually gonna yell, but like, because headphones.
Let's see who attention you get.
Oh, she's probably getting all the attention.
I'm trying to see who's around. Celeste is like down there, and she like gets out of the door, and she goes, Hood is with the Rockefellers, you know that.
Wow, that just makes her even more angry. And she makes her way downstairs, like, just basically, like, kicking the door open and breaking it.
Oh, okay. Well, one, it wasn't a kick-in door, it was a slidey door.
Any kick-in door, she's kicking it in.
So, it is a glass door, like, you can't, like, it's a glass, like, shifty door, so do you want to just destroy the glass to the lab? Like, what are you doing?
Yes!
Alright,
so... Give me the chance, I'm doing it, Allie!
Okay!
What do I roll?
Give me a fighting check, I guess!
I'm putting it in water cannon because she's blasting some ass! That's a natural 20, bitch! That's a 30 total! I am so glad that I used the lucky dice.
Roll me another D20 roll fast.
That's a 10.
Alright, so you managed to pick up all the water that was around you while you were, like, strutting your way there, and that was around 10 gallons.
Okay. Well, she's not strutting, she's stomping. Okay,
well, I figured no matter what Sophie Turner, whenever she walks, it's a strut. So I feel like that's fair. So
if you're adding the modifier with water cannon, it'd be another unnatural 20.
Yeah. So, you have 10 gallons of water and you destroy that glass, that lab glass, gone. Like, no one's gonna have to try and break into it now because, it's now It's now just glass and water everywhere. There were, 11 lab people in there, including your father. Oh, wow. All 11 of them get cut.
Now, Allie, I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I would like you to roll for initiative.
Okay. Okay.
She's straight up fighting her father. She doesn't care.
Before I let this happen. Before
this happens. Of the century.
Professor Lancaster stands up from his computer. Everything is waterproof in this lab, by the way, because they're smarter than Astoria, and there's everything should probably be waterproof, and it's also 200 years. Huh?
That's lame.
Do you really want all of the research that these lab assistants got for the revolution to be gone?
Me as the player, no. Me as Remi, yes.
Okay, well, you as Remi shouldn't want that either. You should just be at this for your father and not the information that you very clearly need.
Allie, I've been sitting on this for 3 weeks. I am festering along with all the other anger that's been building in my life. You have led up to this moment.
That's fair. Professor Lancaster, your father, he looks over you and goes, Remi, what are you doing?
She blasts him!
Okay, alright.
She blasts him!
Give me a fighting check real fast.
Okay. I want it to be a water punch, because I want her to straight up sock him in the face. Okay! So that is an 8 plus 8, 16. Do I hit?
8 plus 16?
Yeah, 8 plus 8,
No,
16.
you don't hit him. He dodges you.
What a bitch.
So he goes, Remi, what are you doing? Are you okay?
I go to kick him.
Alright, I guess we're rolling for initiative.
That'd be hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
Damn it, why? I switched to another dice.
Wait, I'm using River's dice. Let me do that with a different dice. No, it's just that's not a good... Okay, there we go.
Switching my dice again, but I rolled to kick. I rolled a 3 plus 7, 10, which I guarantee you does not kick him.
It does not hit him, no.
Okay, but I switched my dice. I like to switch my dice up and keep it spicy.
Alright.
I'm also just going to casually roll for initiative. That's 17 total.
Okay, well, you go first. I got a 15.
I imagine now that she's within close range, she's just going to straight up just do hand-to-hand combat. So she's going to go for another sucker punch with some water on her hand to the face. Once again, that is a 3 plus 7.
So, let me... Okay. What is your AC?
Depends. Are you talking dodge or parry?
Dodge.
23.
23? Okay.
I'm impossible to hit.
So he just got a 15 on that, so that's not going to get him where he wants to be. So he tries to grab you, because at this point he's actually super worried because he doesn't know what's going on because you're using your fists and not your words. And so he's just like, Remi, are you okay? What happened in the Astoria facility?
Okay, and then as she goes for, I'm going to say she's going to go for, ooh, this will be really fun, because I imagine the water's scattered everywhere, and she just wants to hit him. She's going to turn her hands into, fucking hammers. Little, not big hammers, because I don't imagine that she can make them super big yet. So, probably, the size of sledgehammers on the ends of her fists.
All right, roll fighting check for me.
Okay. So would it be natural weapons or hand-to-hand? I would assume natural weapons.
Yeah, natural weapons.
Okay.
I'll give you natural weapons on that.
Okay, because I don't know. Like, I think that if I turn my hands or body part into something else, natural weapons, if I'm a regular human being, I should do hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 10 plus 5, 15. Probably doesn't hit him.
No, it does not hit him. He does get... Your dodge is a 23, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And then, just for future reference, my parry is a 19.
Okay, so he just rolled a 24 to grab you.
Ooh!
So he basically holds down both your arms, grabs you, and then starts going into... I homebrewed this ability because it seemed like an ability that he would have.
Yeah, this would be really cool.
He basically holds you and everything turns dark in your head and you feel like a little bit calmer. He's using his ability Calming Mind.
Ooh.
And he turned his hands have like this like orangish glow to it. Mm-hmm. And he lets you go knowing that you're a little bit calmer now. And he goes, Remi, what's going on?
Okay. Because he can read my mind. He can easily.
Yeah, but he has the respect to have you say what's on your mind.
That's true. I think as she's like gathering up water again and like getting herself ready to like hit him again, because I feel like it's going to take a lot more, but like definitely calmer. But like she's remembering back to like seeing him on the video, and I think it just makes her angry again. But she's not going to hit him.
So the Calming Mind effect lasts you for a full round, so you don't even know why you're fighting.
So then she's gonna... Can I yell at him? Am I capable of yelling? Okay.
Yeah.
So then she's gonna yell at him, be like, you knew! You were there! And she's like... Oh, she's so angry.
And he's just like, where was I, Remi? Are you okay? What did Astoria do to you?
It's not what she did to me. It's what you did. And you keep lying about.
He looks at all the other lab people that are like scattered around watching this exchange. And he does like a little hand gesture of like telling everybody to leave. And basically they're all going to go to Data to get Heelys. Because they're all scratched and bloody because you decided to break everything.
I want to say, like, as a player, I'm very sorry that I had casualties.
You had 10 casualties. Not even, like, maybe one or two.
I hit them all, and I'm very sorry.
I literally was just like, there's probably like 11 in there, and then I rolled my d20 just for funsies, and it was like 11. And I was like, oh, okay. So, he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about, Remi. You're going to need to elaborate.
I full on grab his hand and like touch it to my head so that he could see what I saw. Like,
okay.
You know that's like he's able to see this. I'm giving him the permission right now.
Okay, so he goes immediately into your brain, and he sees the moment in the video where he's just like, "This is wrong." And then Astoria basically going, "You already have the smart one. This one's mine." And he pulls out, and he goes, "Oh, you saw that."
Oh my god. It's been a full round, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Glock him, because that's all he has to
Give him it's been 10 seconds. That's like telling a man, "Hey, I'm pregnant, by the way," and he goes, "What?" Like, give him a minute.
But like, still, like, he's just like, "Oh, you finally saw it." Like, what?
Well, he wasn't expecting you to see it. So,
I don't give a shit. I don't give two rats asses.
So he goes, Remi, let's talk about this. I'm not fighting my daughter.
I want to kick him in the balls. I want to kick him in the balls.
All right. Oh, you do it.
Oh, do I? Do I?
Yeah, you do.
That's a question. Do I?
Here's my injury.
I got another 3 + 7. So
okay, so he got a nat 20 to not get an injury on that. So like he like it hurt him, but he's not like you did not rupture anything like we have done many of times on this podcast.
So, is he at least like on the okay?
He's on the floor. He's on the floor, but he's not like taking like intense injuries from it.
So I'm gonna bend down to his level, but I'm still standing. But I'm bending my back over so that he can look at me in the face, and I grab him by his face, like not violently, but grabbing him by his face, where it's like like you're grabbing their cheeks.
Mm-hmm. And their his glasses like tilt a little bit when you do that.
Like that's what I'm doing, like that askew kind of thing. And I'm like, and I look at him and I go, I can't even believe you anymore. The next thing that comes out of your mouth to me better be nothing. I want nothing to do with you. I want to talk with you about nothing. You are nothing to me anymore, you lying hack. And then she walks away. Oh my God, I'm so frustrated.
Remi, I need to talk to you about this. You don't know what happened. That video you don't understand.
And oh my God, she turns around and she like just whips around and she's just like, what can I possibly not understand? You've lied to me my entire life. You've lied to River about her whole life. And
I didn't know who she was. She went by Joy. I didn't know who she was until the council members showed up and said her full name.
How many people are out there with purple eyes?
The world is a very large place, and eye colors is a very common mutant oddity. I didn't know.
Don't you give that shit to me after you've been preaching my entire life about how we need to eradicate mutants, how we need to basically get everything rid of them, and fucking testing on children. Do you know how awful that is to know that your father is one of the people that are out there currently trying to kill us, all because one person decided to do it a little bit differently? You decided to change your mind. Am I a part of an experiment I don't know about?
Remi, you were never part of an experiment. I saved Robin from that facility. He did not know of his sister anymore at that point.
Years of abuse! You don't understand how far
I did what I could with what I had. I could not just pull him out of there with Astoria watching me. I had to wait for him to escape himself to save him.
No, she walks right up into his face and is pointing a finger and she goes, no, you easily could have. With your mind powers, you easily could have walked in there. Easily have taken both of them out and you did nothing.
Astoria has precautions for that stuff, Remi. I couldn't have brought myself out there or else everyone would have known what I was. And then you would have lost me, one of your only parents. I may have not been there for you, but by God, I tried my hardest.
That's the problem, isn't it? Everyone else came first. That's the problem.
You know what, Remi? Maybe that is the problem. Maybe I did screw up. Maybe I did think about others before I thought about my own daughter. And that is on me. That is 100% on me. Your mother, I will, to this day, know that was my fault. but I cannot deal with my daughter also leaving me. So can we please just talk and have a one-on-one, and I can answer all of your questions?
I look at him dead in the face, and I just say no, and I walk away.
When the DM tries to give a plate for character growth, and the character throws it into the trash.
I'm sorry. I am fucking crying. I am so, like, oh my god. Like, I am so sorry. Like, I don't give a shit if his character growth right now. Like, Remi is done. She's had so much happen to her in fucking months that happened to people in, like, a lifetime. This is like it. She has lost the one person that she could have relied upon and begged him multiple times to tell her the truth.
So, where do you go exactly? Because Zach, you both just angrily passed Zach and Shade without noticing them at all. So they're like tiptoeing away.
Honestly, I wouldn't even roll an insight. She's so frustrated.
Yeah, they're just like casually walking away from that situation. They're like, oof. Then
as
they
I
like go
wipe tears away from my eyes. That physically made me cry.
So I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do.
Yes. So
okay.
Essentially, Remi, she's just gonna like go find space. And I think the best way she thinks that's gonna happen is she's gonna go outside to like the grounds of the estate, and she's gonna go to her little happy place.
And what is your little happy place?
So her little happy place, as I have described in the first episode with Remi, which everyone should go back and listen to the episode zeros.
Please go back and listen to the fucking episode zeros.
So there's grounds that Remi grew up on. So like that's why I had like a really hard time imagining it as a floating estate.
Okay, so here's an easier way for you to imagine it as a floating plate. So
it's just a giant floating plate with grass. So
yeah,
that's how I'm imagining it.
Essentially,
so
yeah.
I imagine that there's like a giant garden out in the back, as most Georgian estates
here's the thing.
are.
The garden, because we were gone for 8 months and it is technically winter.
It's overgrown and dead and ugly, but it's still
overgrown, dead, and there's also now new vegetation around it because you don't have like that little cute little fenced in little thing you had going on. Like that's all ruined. So it's literally just like it's so to set the scene so people like have more of like a feel of what's going on. Fresh snow has started falling on the town of Eden, which doesn't happen too often anymore due to the radiation in the Earth's air. It sort of heated up everything, made everything a little bit of a clusterfuck. So light snow and frost starts falling from the sky as you walk outside to your garden, and it is chilly out. It's very cold. It's probably in like, what's snow temperature, like 30s, 29?
32 degrees and below is the freezing point. Okay, so
it's like 30 degrees out. The snow is like just sticking. It's like sticking and then melting. It's sort of doing that situation. And it's just utter silence. You hear light chirping from like the bugs and other creatures that are around you within the forest outside of Eden. And it's just silent.
She goes to her little bench. She sits and she's just like doing her meditative breathing, and she's like very fast, and she's like going through like not like the like, you know, like the Alcoholics Anonymous prayer, like the what is it called? What's the specific name for that prayer? But like, you know what I'm talking about. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But like there's like a specific one for like meditation and all that stuff that you can go through to like lull your breathing. And she's saying that, and she's like, my aura is a happy aura, and it's like doing all that shit. And then meanwhile, she's like, my aura's a happy aura.
Would you like someone to walk out, or do you just want this to be you time?
Whatever you feel like doing, baby.
Okay. So about 10-15 minutes go by. You're out there alone for a bit. It starts getting a little bit colder because the night starts taking over. And everybody is in the living room, just sort of waiting for you to come back in so you guys can discuss the documents that you've gotten, so you can go over, so you can hopefully maybe find River and get her within the next 48 to 72 hours. And everyone's just sort of sitting there waiting, and Barnabas like almost gets up, and then Celeste goes, no. Nice try. Nice try, lover boy. This one's for the girls. And she like pats him on his shoulder and gets up and starts going outside.
You see Oswald in that moment, like, holding a plate of bacon.
Oh, what a babe.
And then just gives it to Celeste.
What a babe.
Without a word, walks away, and then sits back on the couch.
Celeste just sort of like lightly nods, and she goes, all right, okay, this is some weird language. And
I just do this weird, I look at her and I'm like, I just grunt.
And okay. So she walks outside. She has kind of like an over cardigan on, along with like her skin tight like leggings and like little like booties that she has on. She like comes out.
The typical Hallmark woman look.
Yeah, but she has some very smoky eyeliner on, so she looks a little. She looks a little.
A sexy Hallmark woman look.
Yes.
Yes.
So she
Just
walks.
my kind of woman.
She walks out, and she's just like, well, before I say anything, I was given this, and she like hands you the piece of bacon.
Now, this is only going to be a funny joke for a select few. She snatches it like one of those octopus moods things. And
Okay.
like you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. She snatches it. She's snatchy.
Okay.
And she starts nibbling on the bacon very angrily.
Okay. She's just like, so as someone who actually worked at Astoria Cybertech, can I help you with anything?
If you can fix fathers, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Oh, if I could do that, I would have fixed mine years ago. She like sits down with you.
Ha.
Yeah.
Ha
Well,
ha ha.
not all of them are great, and I think all of us kind of have daddy issues, don't we?
I personally don't have daddy issues. I just have a filthy lying traitor for a father. There's a difference.
I think that's classified under daddy issues.
I don't think so.
I think, and if I'm prodding, please, I'll just leave because I understand like needing your space. But I also feel like you need someone to help like talk out with you, if that's okay. If not, I'll totally leave.
Let's just sit here for 2 seconds and then just enjoy the nature. Hopefully a fucking Honda Civic doesn't drive by in the next 2 seconds.
So, okay. She like sits there with you.
We're enjoying the quiet. Nibbling on some bacon. Remi hands her a piece of bacon.
So Celeste goes, as teammates, because I like to think of us as a team now, if you're okay with that.
Sure. Whatever.
Can I tell you something? And we can, like, maybe share our secrets together.
Look at her very suspiciously.
Is that okay?
Sure. As I slowly bring the plate of bacon back over to myself in case
It wasn't a plate, it was a single strip, you maniac!
Oh, I thought he gave her a plate of bacon.
I gave her one single strip.
Okay, so then she just slowly...
For the record, it was a plate.
Yeah.
It was a plate?
Yes, it was
I
a
thought
plate.
it was a single strip. Okay, never mind. It's a fucking plate, I guess.
So then she
Yes,
turns
it's a
her
plate.
whole body away and like is slowly like moving the bacon away from her in case she's like gonna kill her and she wants the bacon to be hers on her last meal. So like
So Celeste like leans back on her hands a little bit and does like a little breath, and she goes, "You guys, well, to you personally, do you remember that night?" You might think it's weird that I know this, but you remember I worked for Astoria. I was in that entire area. Do you remember that night that Hood and Shade, Robin and Sarah, they got captured, and it was the night that, like, I think it was a few nights after that, like, you guys were found? I'm going to guess by your silence you mean yes.
I'm just like narrowing my eyes at her, like,
Like, how do you know this?
yes, like, who are you? What are you doing?
So she goes, so that night I was actually the one that was watching all of the cameras in Astoria Cyber Technologies. And do you remember how easy it was for Oswald to make Jake Gold? I'm the one that...
I look at her and I'm just like, Jake Gold doesn't exist.
And she looks up
Jake
with
Gold is an enigma.
She like looks up and smiles, but she's like, but do you remember how easy it was for him to get an access card? And she's like looking at you with a big grin on her face.
I'm looking at her and I'm just like, no.
You don't remember how he became Jake Gold and got the access card?
And she, it's not like no as in no, I don't remember. It's a no as in like, no.
She's just like,
like
I approved it.
She's like looking, it's like looking at like Bruce Wayne revealing that he's Batman.
Yeah. She kicks her legs a little bit and she's just like, I approved it.
She's just looking at him and is just like, no. Like, just like, and like, you're Jake Gold.
She goes, I'm Jake Gold.
And then Remi, like, no, never mind. I'm gonna make this be like a serious moment. I'm not gonna say that she immediately gets down on her hands and knees and starts worshiping her.
You sure?
I mean, we all do, but still, gotta have some seriousness in this podcast. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so she essentially looks at her and she's just like, like she's like, well, didn't see that one coming.
I mean, Oswald's great, and yeah, he can talk to technology, but you really can't persuade technology. So all requests that are in Astoria Cybertech, no matter where they come from, whether it was Oswald's head or, you know, just like a person typing it on their tablet. But yeah, they all go to someone, and that someone was me.
She's looking at her. Interesting. Okay, where are you going with this?
I just wanted to let you know, because I don't think any of us should have secrets with one another. I feel like it's tearing us down. As
Go
stated,
on.
she's just like, as stated, what happened with you and Lancaster back there, which your name's also Lancaster, but you're Remi to me, so.
Go on. She's enjoying this.
She's just like, I just wanted you to know that I know you were very skeptical about me in the beginning, and I think you had the right to be. But I just wanted to let you know that I was always there for you, and I was always rooting for you.
Hold on, I'm writing down we love Celeste now.
Okay.
Okay. And she's like just sitting and then like nodding her head. Like,
So, is there anything you would like to tell me that I might not know?
I don't know. Do I have something that she doesn't know?
You keep everything in, Remi.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna need some push and pull from you.
No,
because
I'm like trying to think what's something that she could tell her that she doesn't think that Celeste would know about.
Well, if it doesn't have to do with Astoria, she doesn't know about it.
Okay. Well, that's literally like her entire life.
Not really.
Her entire life was like dedicated to like working for Astoria.
You could tell her what you found out in the labs. You don't have to keep that to yourself. You can tell her shit that happened to you as a child. She doesn't know that shit. You could literally tell her how your relationships were with your friends. She knows none of that. I lost Peter's dice because I was fucking with it. Rest in peace, Peter's dice.
She's gonna look at Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna look at her dead in the face and I go, I swear to Jeebus, Mary, and Hotep, if you tell anybody the secret, I'm never talking to anybody ever again about anything. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I look at her and I lean in really, really close. And so, hold on, let me go back to the very beginning of my Remi notes.
Oh, fuck.
The very beginning of my Remi notes. So, I'm going to go up and I'm going to say, I'm going to tell her, be like, I'm going to use my Remi whisper voice. Because
okay, but can you pump up the volume a little bit? Because it's very hard to hear you.
I'm like right up next to the microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's
I
good.
can barely hear you for the record.
Okay, I'm just stalling for fucking time because I don't know if I should share this.
Share it. Do it.
Do it! Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate myself for finally admitting this.
You wrote the character. I would like to make that very clear.
I know! But Remi wanted to take this to her grave. So she looks at her and she goes, you know how I always make myself seem all strong and confident and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And like I'm literally afraid of nothing.
If that's what we're calling it, okay.
Okay, shh. I'm trying to be open and vulnerable, and I don't think you're allowing me to do what I need to do to be open and vulnerable.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was just a lot.
I go, okay, so you know how I always give off that I am strong, confident, smart, beautiful, gorgeous, you know, all the great traits about my personality.
Yeah.
Charming, witty, you know, on the
Celeste, like, her grin on her face, like, her face is hurting. She's just like,
I'll look at her dead face and I go, my deepest fear, and I've never told anybody this, one of my deepest fears, and even though this sounds silly, I promise you I am deathly afraid of this happening. Because I watched a movie once, and it was a movie that was kind of scary, and I was a little kid, and I was all alone, so that's a whole other thing for another time. I am deathly afraid of clowns.
Oh, okay.
There was this movie, and it lasted like 5 hours long. It was the longest movie I've ever seen in my life. And me and 2 of my friends, well, one of them's dead now, but that's a story for another time. We all sat in my giant living room, and we were watching this movie, and we were told that it was a classic, and we were like, oh, like, this would be a good movie. None of the classic movies are ever scary. Ha, 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 ha. No, it was there was a clown and it had sharp, pointy teeth, and he kept trying to be funny, and my friends were laughing at him, and I was the only one terrified, and then he turned into a giant bug lizard thing!
Okay. So she's just looking at you, and she's trying really hard not to laugh.
And she's looking at her, and she's like, brings her face so close, and she's like, and now you know my deepest fear is fucking clowns with sharp, pointy teeth. And it also creeps into my fear of bugs and my fear of giant lizards. Speaking of which, where the ever living hell are Jira and Pearl?
I don't know. I think that's coming next arc.
Okay. But like she's looking at her, and she's like, and don't you ever watch this movie, because this movie is fucking terrifying. I don't even want to tell you what the name is.
Is it It?
She looks at you with like all of the color just drains from her face, and she's just like, and she like puts her finger on her like lips and like onto Celeste's lips, and she's like, shh.
She takes your finger away and she goes, Remi, I value this information. Thank you so much for telling me such things in confidence. I mean,
it's not that fear that I have to deal with all that often, because, there's no circuses or anything. But, the one time my daddy asked if I wanted a clown for my birthday, and I cried.
She's like, I'm sorry about that. I was talking about maybe something a little bit more personable, but
okay, fine. What do you want to know? I'm basically an open book if people actually want to ask me questions.
How was your childhood?
Oh my God, we don't have enough time to sit there and talk about that. Oh my God, I can sit there and talk to you about it for hours.
Okay, how about this?
Something easy. Give me an easy question.
Is River your best friend?
I look at her and I'm just like, River's not my best friend. What are you talking about?
River's not your best friend.
No, River's not my best friend. She's one of my friends. I would consider her a friend, but she's not my best friend.
Did you ever maybe think that River considers you a best friend?
Well, yeah, but people can have other best friends, and I mean, I'm really close with River, and I would consider her more like And she, thinks about it for a second. She's like, at this point, she's mostly like an annoying little sister that I have grown to care and love for, and basically would kill my father over. But I wouldn't consider her a best friend because, she's kind of cagey.
How about this? Would you consider her family?
Yes. Because you gotta have people outside your family that aren't your best friends. It doesn't mix. You don't want to be one of those weirdos who lives with your mama until the age of 40 and in their basement.
Okay. I think I know where River is. So can we go inside and learn a little bit more about things so we can get prepared?
Sure.
Because River really needs you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves you and adores you, whether she says it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And she really needs our help right now.
Yes.
So, let's go inside, and then you and I can talk more if you want to later. Is that okay?
Probably not going to happen, but sure.
Okay, well...
That was a lot for one day.
Whatever higher power is up there, let's hope that she's fine. Okay, so after that whole debacle, holy shit. So Celeste walks back into the living room where everyone's like sort of sitting around. Documents still haven't been looked at. They've been like waiting for you respectfully.
Nerds.
And okay. And so you have 3 documents, and you look over and you see that Data has brought up a few files that he was able to recover from like the old server that you guys got like 60% of the information out of. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, I have some things that like match up with some of the numbers on there, so we can either go through that or look through this video file real fast. And none of the video files say like joy on it, so you know it's like nothing bad. If anything, it's just like one that has the building facility on it. So documents or video?
I look to Oswald.
I mean, I personally like videos because that's less effort, but it's whatever the group decides.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna click the video and we're all gonna watch a weird thing. Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Okay, so Data like taps on the video for it to come up, and it starts with like this cute little like whistling tone. It's like kind of like poppy and jazzy, and you see this like girl with like long brown hair and like a stupid like smile on her face, and she's probably like 5'5", and she's like standing in front of like this decrepit looking sort of place that has maybe, from what you can count, like 7 floors, and it goes, "Hi, and welcome to Astoria Cybertechnology's medical facilities. Here, we are looking into our facility 13-9.
I lean over to Oswald and I go, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, I'm not having a good time.
The music is still jazzing through the background while she's talking. And she's just like, this is our horror mutant facility. This facility was made in 2186, and it houses all of the mutants that are in this in-between state of our everyday mutants in Eden, which we are still trying to find and get for everybody's safety, and our super mutants, or our monsters of radiation, our MOR. In this facility, you will find that these outsiders are in here for everyone's utmost protection. We take all primary precautions to make sure everybody is safe and healthy in the city of Eden. And all of these horrors, mutants, they tend to be a little bit more on the violent side, if you can say that. So, while being horrors, some of these creatures do have the abilities of our normal mutants, and we will ensure precautions for everybody's safety. But do not worry, the horrors are living in a paradise, and it's happily away from everybody else's civilization. They are very happy where they're at. Do not worry. Everything is done very humanely and very cleanly. This is Emily signing off. And then the video fades. And Data turns around You notice that Data's hair is just getting longer. It's just turning into more of a mop. And he's just like, I'm going to guess that they are not housed humanely and safely, and it's not a paradise for them. Anyone else want to get in on that?
If by get in on that, you mean be tortured? No.
I mean, like, I'm willing to bet that's correct, yeah. So the two other documents you have, it's one of just River's like personality, her reaction, her fears, her likes, her dislikes, who she hangs out with. It's those little notes. There is one with a note on it that says Harper Hadley, deceased, killed on sight. So you are aware that her mother is no longer in the picture. Then it says Ezra Hadley at Mock Chest Penitentiary maximum security unit. And then it goes, Hadley will have no communication with either his two confirmed mutant children, and they will be under the care of Jeanette Astoria with her signature underneath it. And then under it says, Godmother Avery Rivera is not suitable to handle children and is also not to have any contact. So, that's that. And then there's notes on Avery Rivera, and it's very small. It's not like a long document, but it says, Avery Rivera, we have taken Rivera into custody. DNA shows signs of multiple mutations. Guards have been commenting on how she has been reading into their futures, and whatever she states is going to happen usually follows a few days later. A blindfold has been added to Rivera's eyes. We have noted that she has been messing with guards' memories and was almost set free due to this. And she was moved to specialty facility north of Eden's walls in building 13-9. Descriptors: dark brown hair, pale skin, cold to the touch, blood red lips, and scar above her eyebrow. Avery is a strong lookalike to her sister Harper. Harper Rivera, now Hadley, shows no signs of any mutation gene. So, Celeste leans forward and she goes, did you guys see anything else when you were at the facility? And I'm going to need Oswald to give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, I have to pull up Roll20 because I don't remember what my intelligence modifier is.
I just realized you weren't in here.
I didn't think we were going to need it because we haven't needed it for the past few times, so. Oh,
in the next few times that you are playing Oswald, you are going to need it.
Okay. It doesn't take that long for me to get there. You don't have to cut this out. Please don't cut it out. I got a +4. Also, you could have just gone onto my thing and told me.
I did not want to. I wanted your responsibility, your character sheet.
Nah, you're the DM. You're responsible for everything.
I am only responsible for what my players decide.
That's a 22 total.
Okay, so you actually... Yeah, you do. So you remember this particular scene in the area, in the building. Sorry, can't think of it. So you remember the scene where this creepy little guy comes out and he goes, "Oh joy, what are we gonna do with this?" And you did see at the bottom of the screen that it did indeed say 13-9.
Okay, I tell that to everybody.
So, with everybody's sneakling suspicion, you can only guess that she's in 13-9. So Data starts putting in that sort of information into the screen onto the actual map that you guys have. And he went, Remi, what did one of those what did one of those documents say about the actual facility itself that wasn't the annoying girl?
The new ones?
Yeah.
Was it this one or the Avery one?
It's about the facility.
About the facility. This houses mutants that are rare in and in between state of our everyday mutants and Eden to our super mutants or MOR.
He's like, no,
monsters.
no, not that. Building location, my darling.
Building location is north of Edenswall, about 50 miles behind building 13-7.2.
He goes, all right, so this one's north of Eden's Wall, and he points to the one that is. I hit my desk. This one is the north of Eden's Wall, and then he points to the one that's literally the most north to Eden's Wall, and he goes, and this one is directly behind it, and he literally points to the one that's directly behind it, and he's just like, I'm going to say, shot in the dark, she's at this one.
Wow, that's a lot of dicks on that map.
I swear to God, if it's the one that I'm thinking about. I swear to God, if it's the one that I'm thinking about. This one. But you said, is it, north. Oh my Jesus. I told us to go in that direction!
See, it's funny because when I was doing the whole, I'm just going to go to a few of them and see what happens. I was going to start at this one, which is the pink line, and then I was going to go over to that one next.
Hey, we would have solved your puzzle early!
Yeah, I literally, that was my plan after, if Shay didn't get shaken up, that was my plan.
Can I be very frank with you? I had a feeling that was your plan, so I made it so if you did do that, Oswald would have died. You would have not been prepared at all.
Great.
She's so mad. She's so mad. You can't just leave.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I accidentally pressed the back button on my thing.
All right,
in case you're all listening, we're angrily. I am. I don't know what Kyle's doing. I'm angrily drawing on the map.
I'm looking at Pokemon Go, wondering why you haven't sent gifts back. I'm waiting for that.
Because I've been traveling all day.
Well, we need to up our friendship stuff so that we can actually trade stuff.
Okay, so now that you know exactly the facility that she is in, would you guys like to know more about what you're walking into, or do you want to do that blind?
We'll do it blind. That's more fun for the podcast.
That's our style, isn't
it? Are you guys absolutely fucking sure?
Yeah. Here, you know what? How about this? I'm going to roll a d20. If I get higher than a 10, higher than a 13, I go in blind. If I get less, then I want information.
Higher than a 10.
Nah, higher than a 13. And if I get higher than a 13, I don't want info, and I'm just gonna go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna want the info, so good luck.
I got a 12. Oswald starts walking to the car.
You hear Dana go, no, you can't go yet.
I look back.
It's the middle of the night. It's the middle of the night. We have nothing prepared. We don't know what we're getting into.
Yeah, well, I rolled a 12, so.
What? Where are we at right now? Where are we at? Okay. All right. Cool. You can, how about this? You can go to the garage. No one's going to give you keys to go anywhere, so.
I'd like to roll to hotwire a car.
Roll me a fucking intelligence check. Actually, do you have vehicles? Do you have vehicles?
Do I? I think I do. If it
okay,
it's not going to bring up my I literally cannot bring. Okay, there we go. It was like
okay. Yeah, okay.
Vehicles. I get a fat +0. Let's go. That is a 15.
Okay, well, someone got an 18 to literally kick you out of the garage.
I would like to roll to bribe with snacks.
Not working. They don't care enough, and they don't want Zach to zap them.
I walk away grumbling. I'm gonna punt you later.
We. Okay.
Turns out I walk back into the room. Turns out I can't hotwire a car.
Zach goes, "Oh, thank God they kicked you out. I was gonna have to electrocute them."
Yeah, I think that's why. I even tried snacks. Didn't work.
Yeah, I taught them well. So, Data starts pulling up more and more information about the facility. And I hate you guys. I love you guys, but I hate you guys. This is the wrong book. I have like 3 DM books right now. Please hold. So when Data pulls up information about the horror mutants, they come in a variety of flavors. That's the best way. They come in a variety. So basically, like, a definition on them through Astoria Cybertech is that they can basically be anything and transform into anything if their power so wills it, or they could be in an in-between state of monster and humanoid. So they aren't like kosher. They aren't like good to be around.
They're not good for Jews.
I'm going to kick you out of the podcast.
You said kosher.
Yeah,
I'm Jewish. I can make that joke.
I'm also Jewish, and I can say you're wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
So, it does say in there for the first 15 that were ever like put into I want you to know this building's only 35 years old. So it's only been around for as long as the story has been around, basically.
Interesting.
So, the first 15 mutants that were put in, and this was about maybe 20-ish years ago, is called, their names are on a list. And you don't know if these 15 are still there. You don't know if these 15 are gone now. You don't know if there's more. You literally have no clue, but it gives you a list of the first 15, and it's Brusha McAtee, Kimmy and Claudia Noland, they're twin sisters, Stasia Winfrey, Carmichael Salvatore, Atlas Ringer, Jesse Declard, Morris Finch, Holly Regina, Walland Lee, Justin White, Carlisle Chase, Maggie Days, Samuel Max, and Natasha Laus.
Okay, are these names important?
They might be.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That might be.
Send me a list and then I'll write it down.
Okay. So I'll send you the list later if you really want it.
Bless your soul.
And he looks at everyone. He goes, Avery's not on that list yet. So this was probably before everything happened. So I guess we are kind of going in there blind, but we kind of have an idea of what to expect. Because it just looks like a shitty warehouse almost with multiple floors. And I'm not sure like what security is like there because there's nothing like written down for it. And does anyone have anything to add at this moment?
Not really. I was ready to go like 10 minutes ago.
Nobody's okay. I'm gonna make it very clear. We are not leaving today.
I know. We're just
I
stalling
opened
for
a bag of
time.
Doritos angrily.
How did I become the voice of reason? Rodney left and I became the voice of reason. We leave, if anything, in a day's time.
I angrily chew on a chip.
And at that point, yes, Oswald's angrily chewing on a chip.
It's like a pretty loud crunch to be noticeable, but it's not like it's not like horribly loud, you know?
So at that point, you hear a front door open, and you're not like expecting it because it's the front door, and you're like right by it because you're in the living room area where the front door like is kind of adjacent to.
It's River, podcast over.
And, no, actually not. But yeah, cute try, not correct.
Hey guys, they let me go.
I'm sorry, what's River's voice?
I can't do River's voice.
No, you just did. Do it again.
No, I'm good.
Hey guys, my name's River.
I like how you have to add
a little raspy to it.
Hey guys, my name's River.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the door opens. Oh God, I'm just. I know what's about to happen. And I know the reaction's going to be.
To God!
The door opens. Also, at this point, the professor like comes out of the hallway and just is like looking at everything that's going on. Door opens, and there's like this. I wouldn't say there's like a bunch of light, but like the hall light turns on, and you hear going like. You hear something from far away. He's just like, man, we really just need you, and you know that. Come on. He goes, I was in the middle of something. Are you joking? He's just like, no, I got you for a reason. And you see Rodney literally drag in Hood. And he goes, I got her brother. And he goes, I'm not a fucking brother! That's where we... Alright, friends, that is where we are calling episode 55. If you like us and want to talk to us and maybe enjoy more of our content, you can follow us over on Twitter at dice_drop. That is where you can contact us, where you can talk one-on-one, mostly with Allie because she's on Twitter all the time. You can also follow us on Instagram at drop_talks. That is where Elena resides. That is her area of social media. And if you want to support us personally, which we would really, really, really appreciate, you can pop on over to our coffee or our merch shop. With our coffee, you can just do an easy donation and or get some of our limited edition pins or stickers, or you can go over to our merch shop, which has literally thousands. We have hundreds of designs over there. Not really hundreds, like maybe like 15, but I over exaggerate. But it's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good quality product, and we would love for you to show off some dice drop swag. Become a part of the revolution by doing one of those things. You can find any of those links in the description below, but also if you go onto our Twitter, we have our link tree linked as our website, so you can check that out too. Alright, so the next episode, when will it be, Allie? Well, it will be October 1st. And do you want to know something? We have another guest. You might know him, especially if you listen to us. It's Matthew from Abyssal Brews. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So you might want to, come by on October 1st and listen to our fun time with Matthew. All right, friends. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye!
Okay, I'm just slowly opening up the documents, so don't mind me. Okay, I got them open. Hey guys, she's at building 13-9. She's at building 13-9. Behind building 13-7.2, about 50 miles. We got her. I looked at the documents.
I hate you. Can I please?
Yes, that didn't happen.
I'm gonna stop making you documents because you're being a dick.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.